Hello, Dr. Blied here, and today I'd like to share with you all some important insights from a recent article about a chronically dysregulated nervous system and how that often shows up for people with ADHD. So many people, especially with late diagnosed ADHD, have lived experiencing daily overwhelm, feeling anxious, exhausted, or hyper alert without understanding why. This nervous system dysregulation shows up as constant busyness, even when the person is tired, restlessness, people pleasing or our nervous system's fawn response, and emotional sensitivity, including rejection sensitivity, that leads to shutdowns and task paralysis, chronic fatigue, and burnout. These are not just personal feelings. They reflect a nervous system that is stuck in survival mode, stuck in that fight, flight, flee, or fawn. This also aligns with polyvagal theory, which describes three nervous system states. We have the ventral vagal at the top, where we feel calm and safe and connected. Then we have the sympathetic in the middle, which is marked by anxiety, irritability, hypervigilance. And then we have the dorsal vagal, which is actually also part of our parasympathetic nervous system, but it's where things are so big and overwhelming that it leads to shutdown, numbness, exhaustion, and sometimes dissociation. People with ADHD often get stuck in the middle or the bottom states, and this leads to anxiety, overwhelm, and disconnection. Factors like unresolved trauma, chronic stress, and the brain's need for stimulation can make this worse, sometimes causing us to overwork or leading to perfectionism as coping strategies, as ways to get by. Now, the author of this article suggests a few ways to support your nervous system. This could include prioritizing rest as a priority again, not as something that you have to earn or deserve. That also includes reducing tech overload. So turning off our phones, for a little bit, even if that causes a little bit of anxiety, but at least turning off notifications, especially to social media and news, carving out some screen-free time, switching to like paperback books, or even like listening to audio, something that is soothing and going to be pleasurable to our nervous systems. This can also we can also try cold water therapy, which is kind of just plunging our faces. And this sounds silly, but it like works. There's, a lot of research behind it, especially with dialectical behavioral therapy, like putting our faces in a bowl of cold water kind of like sends a shock to the nervous system that helps everything to calm down. This can include just holding ice in your hands. And what happens with that is typically when we're under stress, that fight or flight, all of our blood goes to this central core to prepare us to respond to the danger. And so when we're holding these ice cubes, the brain gets the signal of like, well, first of all, we're focusing on that and not focusing on our anxiety and our problems and our trauma. But then also the blood goes from this core area out to the peripherals, out to your hands to warm it up. So again, the brain gets the signal that like, oh, the blood is not all here anymore. The blood is free flowing and where it needs to be. So we must be calm. We're tricking our brain to reset our nervous system back to that rest and digest, which is the parasympathetic relaxation state. I know it's a lot more science than you asked for in this video, but I'm going to give it to you because it's my special interest and something that I'm super excited about. This can also include practicing somatic techniques. Somatic just means like integrating your body techniques, such as stretching. Come on, stretch with me right now. Yes, I needed that. It's like more for me than you, but hopefully you benefited as well. Stretching, going for a walk, Just any of these things that just help us to give us some distance from our inner experiences of pain, suffering, distress, and anxiety. Also, building awareness of your emotional, what is called window of tolerance. So, how much you can take before you shut down and become overwhelmed or, go into that fight or flight mode. What is that ventral vagal for you? What is that calm for you? What's going to bring you peace? In addition to these strategies, I'd like to guide you through a brief regulation exercise that can help to regulate your nervous system. There's quite a few of them that you can learn in the free Faces of Health app. Faces, like your face, FACE, Faces of Health, which is available both in the Google Play and the Apple iOS store. If you already had it and it's not working, go ahead and download the update because it just got updated, y'all. Okay, but going back to a strategy, I'm going to lead you through emotional freedom technique or tapping. And so say if you are experiencing rejection sensitivity, so like perceived or real criticism is affecting you and causing you to doubt yourself, causing self-esteem issues, we're going to take these two fingers on both hands if you have access to that. If not, you can just use one or whatever you do have access to. And we're going to tap 5 to 7 times on each of our meridian energy points. So these are points, acupressure points that connect with the energy centers of our brain to help us believe head and heart what we're saying. So just follow along with me. I am capable. I am capable. I am capable. Right above the eyebrows, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Maybe you say right under the eyes, maybe you say, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Maybe you want to repeat those. I'm capable. I'm enough. This too shall pass. Right at the mustache line, I'm capable. I'm enough. This too shall pass. I am worthy of the love and care that I give to others. I am worthy of the love and care I give to others. Collarbone. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. Now, some people do under the armpits as well. I think that's kind of awkward, so we're going to skip that part. But next, I want you to take your thumb and put it on your wrist. So that's an acupressure point, and you're going to breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, say peace. It usually helps if you're doing this with eyes closed, but you can do it with eyes open as well. But we'll do it 3 times. So inhale, exhale, peace. 2 more times. Holding that acupressure point. Inhale. Exhale. Peace. One last time. Brief inhale and long exhale. Peace. And if you are like me with ADHD, where the meditation of like empty out your mind and think about nothing and just think about your breath, if that's hard, then that's okay too. Use something physical. Hold on to a squishy or something and notice this is a needle. Notice the like stretchiness, notice the texture, notice the temperature, and focus on that as you're doing your deep breaths. And inhale for 4. And an exhale for a count of 8. So just relax you, mind, body, and spirit. I hope this was helpful for you. I know it's a long video, so thank you for hanging in there with me. But if you did find this helpful, you can find more tools like this and so much more by downloading the Faces of Health app on the Google Play Store and the Apple iOS App Store. And what you'll see is a lot of education and skills training practice all presented for you by women of color doctors. I will see you in the next video. Take good care. Take care.